What is up, YouTube? My Cowboys family here, bringing you guys the latest update on our very own Dallas Cowboys. And of course, as always, thank you so much for joining us here tonight. Take a second, hit like, subscribe, hit that notification bell. You can follow us anywhere and everywhere at My Cowboys Family. And of course, hop in the Discord link for that's in the description box down below.
Yes. Welcome back, everybody. After 4 days, kind of, no real news, no real big news. The news, if you see it, it's right there on your screen with Dak and his boot. We'll end the show with that discussion, which is not even that big of a discussion. But of course, initially, we didn't know what to expect. If you are watching the My Cowboys Family channel here, you're watching the shorts that we're uploading every day. Sometimes 2, 3, 5 shorts that are relevant in some way to our Cowboys. Of course, when the whole ankle thing came up and we had our plans already, we couldn't go live, but we made sure we got the information out there. So make sure you check out the shorts as well if you want to get the news portion as well when we're not live and on the scene here. So as we wrap up the last 4 days of Cowboy news, info, and updates, we got to open this thing up and shout out those that make the world go round here, like the man Lincoln Kane. He's the sponsor of the week and the Cash App King, part of that star level. Big time shout out to the man Lincoln Kane. Appreciate him from Australia, repping that star for everything. And you got a Canadian over there repping the Stream Boss with 32 points. It's Godless Manitoban. Much love to him. He's holding it down, still hanging on in the Code Red section of that of the Stream Boss there, hanging on to that. And then you have the above there, of course, the sponsor, the leaderboard for this week. But you're also seeing the gifting champ. And that is the man, Jet Li 44. 8 out of the last 9 weeks he's representing on that side. And, hey, is he going for another week? We'll see what happens. But right now, nobody has been gifted a membership yet because, we've only had one stream this week, one live stream. So maybe there'll be some tonight. Maybe it'll be a leader or not. We'll see what happens. But there's no leaders yet on that side of the board. There is a leader on the Cash App and Sponsor of the Week board, and it's the same name that's currently on it right now, Lincoln Kane.
Ooh.
Yes, the man is killing it. His membership just dropped, so it just adds to his lead, but he's been killing it on the After Dark side of things. So extra big shout out to Lincoln Kane, trying to go back to back like our 90s Cowboys. Big shout out to Lincoln Kane, and big shout out to everybody on the After Dark sessions. After our one live stream we had so far this week on Tuesday, big shout outs to SCO971. I know we had also Jet Li 44 and Skeptical Fan back in the memberships, as well as LC back in the membership and JD from DC. So appreciate you guys, and then some more shout outs from the Cash App side of things and PayPal side of things, which we're gonna shout out in a minute. But the After Dark side of things, Pat Pfeiffer, Multi Super Gockle, Arkansas, Dead Fool. Big shout outs to Dead Fool there, who's in second place right now. Mick. Oh, also from Australia, we got McLovin, always around. Jet Li 44, Skeptical Fan, Daniel Berry Sports. Appreciate you all. Daniel Berry Sports highlights, great channel, sum them up. So appreciate you all, you guys, keeping the things going here on the After Dark when we're not live on this channel, or when we're just not live on either. And you guys still dropping the love, like Skeptical Fan, who said, quote, "Happy 5th of July," with a $3.79 holler, shouting him out to the Cash App side. But so everyone understands there's a lot of different ways to drop the love here on My Cowboys Family. There, on this YouTube side, you got the thanks button. You can, jump into the membership, and once you're in the membership, you can gift memberships, and of course, the tried and true super chat. Of course, that's at the bottom right of your screen there, that little $sign. But there's 4 other ways where the After Dark crew usually goes, and they usually, this is the way that they have to, kind of roll, because the YouTube side, well, it's kind of closed down on that channel. But you can use that as well on this side of things. We always have the Cash App King, and there's 4 different ways you can kind of slide into that, on top of course, also being added onto the overall board. So maybe what are those 4 ways of keeping, of kind of dropping the love, the non-YouTube side?
You have, of course, the Cash App money sign My Cowboys Family, the Venmo at My-Cowboys-Family, the regular PayPal link, of course, and last but not least, that Streamlabs link. It lets your comment show up on screen just like a super chat does.
Yes. And tonight, it's gonna, you guys, we're gonna do it at the end of the stream, so hopefully you guys will be on here tonight. But we got that Star and Over Everything level membership raffle tonight coming in, the monthly jersey raffle, sewn and stitched. Your choice of player, that's available, and it's a large range of players and styles available. What men's, women's, and children's sizes as well if you want to get it for a family member or a gift for a friend.
Yeah,
Either way.
As long as we got it,
yep.
You got it.
That's going to be tonight. We're going to see who the winner is for the month of June. And yes, everybody in the star level gets one raffle entry. Everybody in the membership on the over everything, which is only Seabass, he gets automatically 2 raffle entries. And this last month we had 2 weekly winners. We had McLovin and we also had and Lincoln Kane, who both of them took it. So they are also added on. Lincoln Kane's in the star level, but he also gets a bonus bonus raffle entry for winning last week. So big shout outs to both those guys who are also on the list. I think McLovin won last time. One of the people that won it last time. And by the way, you're wondering who's going to be in this raffle. It is kind of a fan Friday, I guess, tonight. So we're going to shout out the silver level too, like the man, Mr. A. Lavelle.
That's right. Thank you very much for being in the membership. All sorts of different perks on all the levels, but of course the star level members over everything, they get their
the nightly shout outs. But there's a fan Friday, so of course A. Lavelle getting that silver level. Who, by the way, the record holder there on the silver on all the levels when it comes to the longevity portion of staying on here. Now, what about the people in the raffle tonight? The star and over everything. Shout them out, baby.
Of course, thank you very much to Skeptical Fan, Jet Lee 44. Dwayne Broussard, the top dog, Lincoln Kane, Mr. LC, The Lunatic, much love and over everything, Mr. C. Bass.
Yes, we'll see who wins it tonight here on My Cowboys Family. And now we're going to do the shout-outs here for everybody in the house. I think we've done all our intro stuff here, but I do want to wish everybody a very happy, hope you all had a very happy 4th of July here a couple days ago. I know we were not live. We had our own little 4th of July fun. So appreciate everybody who joined us for the After Dark fun and special there, but also those that enjoyed time with family and friends during, very, very fun holiday and, joyous holiday here. As you can see, this is actually what the Cowboys released as their, every team kind of releases their a little
like 4th of July message or
a little
thing,
picture you put together. This is the Cowboys 4th of July, happy 4th of July kind of message for the Cowboy Nation.
Who's number 1 again on the Cowboys? Who's number 1 again on the Cowboys?
I think Tolbert.
There you go.
Yeah, Jalen Tolbert. Sorry,
just since the player has a number 1, I'm like, all right, Jalen Tolbert's running with the flag.
Jalen Tolbert's number. He went from 18 to 1. So we'll see if he represents that one properly. But yes, he's number 1 is the Dallas Cowboys. Now, I do want to say also with the again, I'm going to get the shout outs here, but Dallas Cowboy cheerleaders also sending out a happy 4th of July messages, of course, America's sweethearts. But, the wife and I finished watching the cheerleading show. Very good, very interesting. A lot of interesting topics we can take out from that. Probably not going to do that tonight, but very interesting situation there for the Cowboy cheerleaders and kind of all the stuff they do. Whoa, and all the stuff that you guys do, like the man staying skeptical fan, gifting a membership to Stephen White in the Navy Blue crew. Congrats to him. Happy 4th of July. An extra special shout out and thank you to the man skeptical fan who, hey, he's currently on the top 5 of this list, I think. 5th, I think? 6th or 5th on the list. There he is, 6th on the overall board. And not yet to miss Pat Pfeiffer, but close. Actually, I think I messed up there. I'll have to... Actually, he's above Pat Pfeiffer, so he is in 5th place, I think, on the overall board.
I'll let you fix that there in just a minute. Oh, okay, sorry, I thought you were going to say something real quick. I didn't want to interrupt you. But let me go ahead and start doing some of the shout-outs here in the chat. And yes, an extra special thank you, Skeptical Fan, for showing the love here to the FCF fam. Stephen White, drop him if you got him, because now you do. So with that said, shout out to you, Stephen White. I see you here in the chat. Nate Rosario, what's up? Much love. Yeah, I think that those players should be allowed to rest. They're out there on the retirement farm of the NFL. So, leave them there. Kenneth Casey, what's up? Hello and hi. Much love, of course. Skeptical Fan, always staying skeptical.
Yeah, who, by the way, is 5th on the board right now. Top 5.
Thank you for confirming that.
Yes.
Rolando Rodriguez, shout out to you all the way from South Texas. And yes, let's give the boot to some of these rumors and speculations.
Oh, yeah, we're going to cover it all tonight. Don't worry.
That was a little corny, but I had to. I'm sorry.
The boot. There's a lot of rumors, by the way, and speculation.
I know. That's like I said. That's why I had to be And it was a little corny, but I had to do
Brandon
it. So.
J gets in the mix here at the gifting memberships. Now we got a tie at the top spot. Skeptical Fan and Brandon both have gifted one membership each. And who was the lucky winner of this one, baby?
Representing it's Raul.
Hey.
Which, by the way, is funny because I'm pretty sure he was the next person I was going to shout out here. As I was doing the shout out. So perfect timing there. Thank you, Brandon J. Always appreciate
Much love. On
the
the
showing
board.
of the love.
Yes.
And congrats to Raul. Drop him if you got him.
Yeah, I'm updating the board as you're speaking, baby. So big shout out. Thank you. Congrats to Raul. Big shout out to Brandon J and Skeptical Fan. Appreciate you guys.
Thank you. And let me keep rolling here with some shout outs. We have Associate Minister, Mr. Terry Jones. Shout out to Cowboy Nation always. Keep rolling back here with some of the rest of the shout outs. I don't want to miss anybody. We have Asmodeus representing. What's up? AOD in the house saying, good job, Dak. I'm guessing that was a little bit of sarcasm there, but, maybe it is a good job, Dak, right? Is this something we should beat Dak with a stick over? Or is Dak being a good noodle and being protective and precautionary? Again, we'll discuss all of the information that's been out there, and we'll let you guys decide how you feel about it. Spoony Dog, what's up? Shout out to you as well. Little Dallas Cowboy, good eve to you and yours. We got Jetly44 representing here in the house.
Oh, yeah.
Even you, least side. Oh, I thought you were going to chime in there for a second, baby. All good. Michael Hooper, what's up? Shout out to you as well. Freedom first, not first. I did beat you to the punch this time. Hip, hip, hooray.
Least side, nothing needs to be said from least side.
Revelation Journalist, what's up? He said, how much would Jerry love this training camp if all the Cowboy superstar players turned Oxnard into the walking boot training camp?
Not very much.
Yeah, and he would not be, I think, a fan of that one.
Yeah, we wouldn't be a fan of that either here at MCF. Much love, though, to Skeptical Fan dropping that one to J. Lou. Dollar holla right there.
That's right. Kicking things off on the official side of the YouTube things here with a $2 holler and a classic. Go Cowboys. Thank you so much, Skeptical. Appreciate you. And yes, we have a few different things to discuss here as well. And thank you. Yes, guys. One of the best ways to make sure you don't miss the live streams, make sure to hit that little notification bell, set it to all notifications. I know YouTube has its moments. That's usually the best way to make sure you never miss when we go live.
Yes. And I have updated the board. Everything is now good to go.
Perfect.
On that side of things.
Rocking with us here tonight as well. Much love.
The man over everything here, repping it.
Now here, I don't
we'll be on the
leave
show
people
soon.
Waiting, because like I said, I know we have a few things to touch on.
Yeah.
So, baby.
Yeah, let me hit it up here, guys. Let me actually, again, happy 4th of July. I know it's a couple of days ago, but it is, we are still shouting it out since we left you guys before the actual 4th of July day came and passed. So again, thank you all for being here, jumping back on here with us and chilling on a late night MCF. Not an after dark, pre-after dark Cowboy special here. So I want to start off with some NFL news, a couple pieces of NFL news, which unfortunately, very unfortunate that passings of some people here that are very unexpected. So for number one, I'm gonna say this. First of all, both are from Minnesota, which is crazy. But starting with a former Vikings quarterback, first of all, I gotta get this off my screen. So give me a minute here. But a former Vikings quarterback.
It's okay, you can be Jalen Tolbert today if you want.
That's all right. I'll go back to me. I got 5, but we want 6. This thing is going kind of slow. I hope that it's working on your guys' side. Let me know if there's an issue there. But anyways,
looks okay on my side.
Is it not? Is it a little bit delayed?
No, looks like I said, it looks okay on my side here at least, right? And Brandon J saying looking good over here too with his dollar holler.
Yes, appreciate him. Brandon J on the board with the gifting, but also now on the board with another one, so to speak, and breaking. I guess you could say jumping up and breaking a tie here of a couple people. Let me see, where is Brandon on here? He is on a tie for 14th, breaking that tie now with that little droplet right there. He jumps up to 12th place.
Oh,
yeah,
well,
like that.
There you go.
Jumping right up.
So shout out to you, Brandon. But yes, really unfortunate news there for the Vikings. They did have, like you said, Two, and I know you're
two
going to touch on
incidents.
this
Yeah,
here.
Unfortunately, yeah. But did Brandon say anything, or did I miss it?
No, just a classic Go Cowboys.
Oh, well, you know it then. I'm saying it the same way, same loudness. Go Cowboys! You know.
Rolando Rodriguez did make kind of a funny joke previous to that. He said, MCF, if you need a walking boot to go deep sea fishing, don't go. LOL. Maybe it's just because of my personal experience, but I couldn't even go deep sea fishing until I was like 13, 14, because my dad was generally worried that one of the fish would just like
pull you in,
yank me overboard. So, and you know, we're not exactly trying to go flounder fishing, right? Like we want to fish for something a little bit bigger, more exciting. So, anyway, that's it. Just thought that was kind of funny. So, you know, I'm sure Dak will be strapped in securely to the boat and not be pulled overboard, boot or otherwise.
Yes, that's. Listen, he's already kind of finished his little vacation. So
yeah, and thank you, Associate Minister. By the way, yes, it really does help. We don't, you know, push it too much. That's why we just kind of do our intro, let everybody know, and keep it rolling. Usually,
got to give the shout outs to those people that do even drop a dollar, whatever it is, to help the channel or gift memberships. All that stuff is, you know, 1 or 100. You guys are fantastic help here. Hitting the like and subscribing to the channel, almost at 40,000, and rolling. You know, so we'll see. We're getting close to 39 here, right around the corner. So let me get back to the unfortunate news of a former Vikings quarterback. You guys remember Tavares Jackson?
Yeah.
He passed away. He died in an Alabama car crash. So again, former Vikings quarterback Tavares Jackson died in a single car crash in his native Alabama. He was only 36 years old. He played in the NFL from 2006 to 2015. And it was basically his best years, 2006, 2010, were with the Vikings, where he started 34 games in his career, 20 with Minnesota. He was, again, he's the quarterback's coach, I think, at Tennessee State right now. He was, according to Montgomery Police. He was. I'll explain what happened in a minute here, but big shout out to Jet Li, 44, dropping the 124 on our head, sprinkling it up on there. What did the man say?
He said, "Go Cowboys."
You mean, Go Cowboys?
I was gonna say, I don't have that same pizzazz that you do when it comes to the Go Cowboys. But thank you again, Jet Li 44. Appreciate you, of course.
Yeah, he stays where he's at right now, but he's in the top 5 as well on this overall board, as you can see it. Passing through there. LC's in the lead. Deadpool's there, right there next to him. You got Multi-Super, Caleb, and then you got Jet Li and Skeptical. So the battle continues. Appreciate you guys as always. Now, just going back to Tavares Jackson. Unfortunately, according to Montgomery Police, he was killed when a 2012 Chevrolet Camaro that he was driving left the roadway and struck a tree before it overturned around 8:50 p.m. About 7 miles south of his native Montgomery. He was then transported to a local hospital where he was pronounced dead. Unfortunate situation there for Tavares Jackson. Played at Alabama State before being drafted in the second round by the Vikings in 2006. So I appreciate, I think, was it Skeptical that brought that one to me? I think Dwayne Broussard, one of you guys, thank you for bringing that up, because it was kind of overshadowed by a much more, even a sadder situation. Yes, for the Minnesota Vikings. Same team, unfortunately.
Extremely tragic.
Their rookie, 4th-round rookie draft pick, cornerback Kyrie Jackson. And again, Tavares Jackson and Kyrie Jackson, both from the Vikings, both got killed in a car crash. Unfortunately, of course, Kyrie Jackson, much younger, a rookie, was among 3 people killed in a car crash. The Vikings announced that their 4th-round rookie, Kyrie Jackson, died in an overnight car accident. He was only 24 years old. It was him that passed away, along with 2 former college football players that were killed in this car crash. This happened in Maryland. That's according to Maryland State Police. He died after a 3-car crash that occurred around 3:14 a.m. in Prince George County. According to police, Isaiah Hazel and Anthony Litton Jr., those also 2 former players that were high school teammates of Kyrie Jackson. Kyrie Jackson, they were also killed in this crash. Just so you guys know, Isaiah Hazel, he's 23 years old when he, of course, in this car crash and died. Played at Maryland and played in Charlotte. Lighton, 24 years old, played Florida State and Penn State. So, of course, all 3 got killed in this car accident. So the way it went down, basically, they're saying that Hazel was the guy driving the Dodge Charger with Jackson in the passenger seat when their car was struck by an Infiniti Q50 attempting to change lanes at a very high speed. The Charger left the road, struck multiple tree stumps.
Jeez.
Yeah, according to police, Jackson and Hazel were pronounced dead on the scene, while Lighton was transported to a hospital before being pronounced dead by hospital personnel. Neither the driver of the Infiniti Q50 that hit him nor her two passengers or the driver of the third vehicle was injured. So nobody was injured in the other cars.
Just them.
Look at this woman. She clipped them, I guess, in a high speed. Maybe they were racing each other kind of deal. Accidental or not, I mean, she clipped them. They flipped and hit tree stumps, and they all died. They were not injured. Another car that was injured, that was hit, was the people there were also not injured as well. But investigators, initially are believing that alcohol may have played a role in the crash, and that charges are pending right now on that. Horrible situation for everybody involved. Again,
just a horrible tragedy for a young man who now does not get to realize his NFL dream that he worked so hard for.
Kyrie Jackson, again, selected by the Vikings in the 4th round of this year's draft, considered to be a contender to be one of the starters at cornerback for the Vikings. Big loss in many ways, of course. His family, friends, the team said, the Vikings, in a statement said, quote, "Our thoughts are with Kyrie's family. They're his friends, teammates, and coach, as well as the victims of this tragic accident." So, horrible situation again. Hate seeing it. And again, I don't know if it was, there's not. I don't know if this is one of those, hey, Uber yourself somewhere. You know what I'm saying? Get home safely. It seems to be.
When we know more information, we can possibly make that judgment. But since it does sound like alcohol was involved, and not necessarily only on the side of the person who caused the crash, just another very easy
situation
reminder to just please be careful out there, guys, whether you're an NFL player or otherwise.
And the thing is,
especially if you are an NFL player with the resources to even be
you
extra
have the ability
careful.
to Uber yourself somewhere. But again, it wasn't just the alcohol; it was also racing, and it seems like it was some kind of race, high speed kind of fun and games. All could have been avoided if they had just taken an Uber and just taken the usage that the NFL has
really
for
race in
them.
an Uber, can you?
No, you cannot do that. So. Very sad story there. Now we get turned. Any quick thoughts on anything there, maybe in the chat?
Yeah. So James Hurst saying condolences to those three families.
Huge,
Kenneth Casey, saying too young, it's just super sad. Skeptical fan also saying, Haskins and Ruggs both died in a similar way.
Yep, that's true.
So
it's
Yeah, James Hurst said racing's no bueno. That's why there's racetracks for that.
True.
Yeah. Again. Just say that there's a lot of options other than let's drive under the influence.
Yeah.
Whatever capacity, whatever racing scenario or otherwise, because I have to imagine even if everybody had been sober, racing probably still not a great idea.
Yeah, no one makes racing with drunk driving either. Yeah. So, now on to the Cowboys. And honestly, who better than to start off with Jerry Jones? Now, we talk about rumors. There's been a lot of rumors about Dak's situation and what's going on with his leg. We'll talk about that, but we also have a rumor out there about Jerry Jones, good old Jerry Jones, which I guess you could say it's kind of catching fire now for some reason, but it's not a new rumor, a new fake story. I guess let's just squash this real quick. First off, the news is that Jerry Jones supposedly is selling the Dallas Cowboys to Saudi Arabian prince, which is, again, a crazy rumor. But here's the deal. I'm going to let you guys know, because it's not the first time this person said this. According to Fox Sports 1, their host, Craig Carton, he said that the Cowboys owner, general manager Jerry Jones, could be selling the Cowboys, and he claims that Jerry Jones is gearing up to unload the Cowboys onto a group of investors from Saudi Arabia. I guess, involving a prince in there. But the Carton said, quote, "I think they're going to sell the team. I would not be surprised if we start hearing rumblings that Jerry Jones is going after hedge funds in Saudi Arabia and Abu Dhabi, trying to find the suitor to give him the largest check ever given to an owner of a North American sports franchise." That's what he's claiming. Again, and the reason I say that is because he's been selling the same guy, Craig Carton. You guys might have heard him. He's a hater of the Cowboys many different ways, at Dak. But Craig Carton has been selling this fake news story for a long time to the media. You got to remember, guys, this is the dead period when it comes to NFL news. That's why we haven't gone live in 4 days.
Those Saudi princes are trying to pay him to try to push this news.
Listen, the point is, all this and media outlets and podcasts just want to fill time right now. So they take this and run with this. We're not doing that. We just have to address it. But it's just a fucking fairy tale. Jerry's never going to sell. We'll see what happens when Steven takes over, but he won't sell in the beginning for sure. My point here is that if you see any rumors about Jerry Jones selling Cowboys to Saudi Arabia to investors, it's a fake news story. It's not real.
I don't see the Dallas Cowboys being sold out of the Jones family in my lifetime.
Yeah.
And that includes by the time that John Steven Jones is running the team, I guess.
Yes, the grandson of Jerry. So, there's a
Is
Jerry.
that how it works? Is this like, male primogenitor, right? Like, is it the oldest son of the oldest son who gets to inherit the whole thing? Like, good luck in the future Jones Wars.
We won't see it.
As they fight over the control of the team.
Yeah, a game of Jones. But we won't see that. We won't see that.
That's a good one.
So, any quick thoughts on this before we move on from the Jerry Jones rumor?
Steve said Jerry would never. Mike Aldana said Steven would be having a fit if that happens. Yeah. Obviously, guys, we are elbow deep into the trenches of the offseason here if these are the types of rumors and BS that we're hearing.
And it's popped up again from an old rumor, right? It's from the same guy that brought up this rumor. So flush it. We ain't sounding like the Cowboys, unfortunately. And I'm not saying I don't care if it's a Saudi Arabian prince or who it is. My point is that I want Jerry to sell the fucking team to somebody. But those dreams will not come true anytime soon. Now, let's talk about a guy having a dream come true, Micah Parsons. And, he's rubbing elbows with some of the most famous people out there in the world. Micah Parsons. And it was at the Michael Rubin, who's if I'm not mistaken, he's a famous agent, right? If I'm not wrong about that. Or maybe he's a music producer, I think. But Michael Rubin had his annual 4th of July white party. Everyone wears white. And Micah was there with Leonardo DiCaprio. Yeah, interesting. Who were they scouting for? And they had a football game on the beach there, a beach football game. Tom Brady with C.J. Stroud, they kind of picked the teams as quarterbacks. Micah Parsons was there, of course. OBJ, Damar Hamlin was there. Quavo, and of course many, many, many others. Football players, artists, entertainers, actors. But it was funny, and I did upload a short that has Micah Parsons being pissed off. Tom Brady threw an interception. Damar Hamlin got a pick off of him. And he's like celebrating, and Micah was like, "What are you doing? Like, how can you throw a pick to him? You're Tom Brady. What's going on?" And the next, and again, he threw an interception in this beach football game. The very next drive, so to speak, Brady connects with Micah Parsons for like a 50-yard touchdown. Kind of like a little dive, not diving, but he kind of stretched out, made the catch, like he was Randy Moss. Again, Micah Parsons getting that touchdown pass from Tom Brady.
He just wants to be on offense so bad.
I'm telling you. So Micah do anything, even at Michael Rubin's party on the beach, beach scares me. The sand running around, anything can happen, tears and ligaments and shit. But thankfully, knock on wood, everyone came out okay on this. But yeah, Micah was pissed with the Tom Brady pick six from Damar Hamlin, and then went back and got a touchdown, a 40-yard pass from Brady on target, and Micah made the grab for the TD, so to speak. And we got a TD from Jet Li 44 in the chat, dropping his membership comment, his star level membership comment.
38 months representing. Much love, Jet Li 44. He said.
Hit me with it. What did the man say?
The new season is so close to start our hunt for that 6 and beyond. So let's go Cowboys and get the players signed to their new contracts. Stop playing clown show. Let's get it done so we can get things in the right direction now.
Yeah. Trust me. We are right there with you, brother. We are right there with you when it comes to the Joneses and getting off their ass and getting CeeDee Lamb signed.
We're going to have a little CeeDee Lamb holdout countdown clock or something.
It's getting closer. But whether it's CeeDee Lamb, Dak Prescott, or the guy on your screen, Micah Parsons, let's keep it going here. Much love, Jet Li. And by the way, Godless Manitoban down to 27 points on the stream, boss, in striking distance. So Micah, I said this, he's ready. Micah is ready. He's locked in. You guys, if you haven't seen the videos I've posted, whether he was in the New York videos. Now, I'm talking about the Tom Brady stuff. We're talking about him busting ass, working out in New York at the gym there. doing a lot of exercises. I posted that stuff. He's doing sand work as well at the beach. When he's not playing, sand football, he's over there working, trying to get to that next level. And he wrote this over on multiple social media sites. Quote, "I love being doubted. I've been here before. More fuel, more lessons. I see you all soon." And he had the emoji of the lion and, of course, the shh emoji. He said, quote, like, "It's really levels to this shit. Like, I really ain't even hit my prime yet. Everybody's in trouble. On God." So that was Micah Parsons' kind of comment there on Twitter as we're getting closer and closer to training camp. Terrence Parsons Jr., who is his brother, said, quote, "All I know is this season Micah will be a lot better because he will not be in one spot all the time. He will not be on the strong side of the field. He'll never see a tight end again. Now watch how shit changes." Big changes in the defense. He said this, is a big changes in the defense is coming, and I can't wait for training camp. Defense is going to be so much better, end quote. And I'm going to refer this back to something that the Malik Hooker said, and it's not the negative that he said about Micah in his podcast.
I know that's what everybody focused on, but
Malik, I actually uploaded that as well. If you guys check it out, and he tells you the difference. Malik Hooker tells you the difference between the defense this year and the defense under Dan Quinn, compared to Mike Zimmer. And Zimmer is going to move guys around. Everyone's going to learn it. And if you don't learn it, you are out. There's no fucking around. With Dan Quinn, it was more like you learn it, and if you can't learn it, they got to dumb it down for you, which then everybody kind of loses a little bit there. But, you try to get the people, every player to be on the same page. That's the way Dan Quinn did it, according to Malik Hooker. And now it seems like if you don't get the job done, they're going to get you out of there. But the other thing is this, and this is what Terrence Parsons is saying, is that basically Zimmer's going to be moving him around. He will not be seeing those doubles anymore by tight ends. You're not going to see, like the Dan Quinn had kept Micah at the edge, constantly the same edge. The tight end would just be shifted over there and just double team. Now it's going to change. When you have pressure being applied in different areas by different players,
so on that line, going to overall see more movement on our line.
Exactly, and that's going to lead. Yeah, the overall movement's going to just improve Micah's ability to move around himself on the line. He might be kind of a freewheeling guy and kind of see where the way the offense lines up and then attack from the weak side or the opposite side or whatever it may be. But it sounds like whatever is brewing, Terrence Parsons Jr., who's Micah's brother, is very confident about Micah having the best year of his career this year. So we shall see. Definitely ready. Definitely getting ready.
The hype ends up producing some results because I'd love nothing more than for Micah to have his best year yet, and not just because it's a contract year for him.
Yeah.
Although, hey, if that that helps,
that's a motivating factor,
right? Like, I'm not going to complain.
Well, he's not the only one busting his ass out there.
Of course not.
We got Sam Williams, who's out there again. Kind of got you guys on a sidetrack there because Trayvon Diggs also said something.
A different type of pressure.
But listen, Sam Williams out there and he's putting in work. We've seen some of that. Him and Osa out there putting in work, but he's also out there dunking. Guys, he's a real basketball player in the sense of playing in the Swin City Summer Pro-Am game. And again, he was out there just taking a alley-oop off the backboard and dunking it hard. The short is up, you can see him doing it, but yeah, he definitely showing his hops and his ability to play basketball out there. Just don't get hurt, knocking on wood. It looks like he survived that Pro-Am game without any issue. But Sam Williams, needs to come up big there in the rotation at edge with Micah and DeMarcus Lawrence and others. But I also want to talk about another guy who's ready, and at least getting ready, even if he's not healthy 100% yet. It is Trayvon Diggs. He's coming. And he made a comment about basically they're showing it was an NFL kind of statistic that was released over the last couple of days. Most interceptions in the NFL since 2021. And number one is the guy on your screen, Trayvon Diggs, who, by the way, again, missed, 15 out of 17 games last year?
Yeah.
He only played in 2 games. Still 15 interceptions so far. You know who's number 2?
Who?
Deron Bland.
Wow.
With 14. So, again, and also Rasul Douglas also has 14. The point here is we got the number 1 and the tie for number 2 best interception guy since 2021. Both of them on our cornerback side of things. With Trayvon Diggs with 15, Deron Bland at 14, Rasul Douglas at 14, Jesse Bates with 11, Kevin Byard with 10, with Quandre Diggs and C.J. Gardner-Johnson also, all 3 of those guys with 10. Trayvon Diggs said, quote, "Me and my brother got like 30-some interceptions. Do what you want with that info." End quote.
And I have to be honest, I
pretty
feel
impressive.
even more optimistic considering that Zimmer is now in the building as far as their potential to maintain a high level of interceptions, right? Like, I don't know if they're necessarily going to be at that level, especially with, Trayvon just coming off that ACL injury. But either way, I'm expecting both of these guys to be somewhere in at least the top 5 at a baseline.
I mean,
the way that
if
they've
they're healthy,
currently been
yeah.
performing, if they're healthy, if they're available, if they're out there, and because I do trust Zimmer to put them in a position where we're going to see the best chances of those things happen.
I think you got to remember, too, when it comes to Trayvon Diggs and DaRon Bland playing together and in the system, number one, Zimmer is a defensive backs coach first. So if anybody is going to get help by him being in this, on this team, defensively, Zimmer will give his 2 cents to Al Harris and others in the secondary side of things.
Yeah, he's going to obviously have a lot more to say in that regard.
So Zimmer's going to know exactly where he wants to see with his corners and safeties. And then when you add into the fact that if the corners and safeties are good, you can use pressure guys out there to do stuff. You know what I'm saying? That's when you start using guys to pressure, like Micah, Tank. We just talked about Sam Williams. You got pressure along with the way he's going to use the corners in the scheme. The idea is going to get more interceptions, maybe even more interceptions than you would have gotten under Dan Quinn.
Yeah.
By the way, big shout out to NDN Boogie with his comment for the Navy Blue crew for 18 months. What did he say?
Cowboys fan for life.
Hell yeah, go Cowboys. Much love to NDN Boogie and 26 points for Guileless Manitoban. So, hey, Trayvon Diggs is ready. As far as when he gets out on the field, and he's 100%, and he's playing alongside DaRon Bland at full blast. So he's ready to go out there and they got 29 interceptions since 2021, and that's what Trayvon Diggs missing, a whole year basically. So again, Trayvon Diggs is very excited about this upcoming year, and with him and DaRon Bland manning,
I can see why.
The outside. So, and by the way, don't forget about the safeties in this too, in the Zimmer defense, because the safeties, Donovan Wilson and Wanye Thomas, they're also working out together at the Sports Academy at the Star. They are putting in the extra work here before training camp. Both these safeties, and let me reiterate this, Donovan Wilson the starter, but Wanye Thomas is going to be used as well and maybe rotate in there at times. Both these safeties will have various roles, possibly in this Mike Zimmer defense, as pass rushers. And again, he loves using the double A gap blitzes and that 3rd down and 6 and 7 on a passing down on 3rd down. He'll bring Eric Kendricks and Micah Parsons one play up the middle in that double A gap blitz right over the center. But then he'll also sometimes bring in the bigger safeties like Donovan Wilson, who's more of a physical pressure safety, can blitz, and Wanye Thomas, who's a bigger safety and can play right over center, both of them. So you really keep the quarterback, the offensive scheme, the offensive lineman guessing on where the blitz, where the pressure is coming.
Not just that,
that's
but
what you're going to see.
Let's be real. By necessity, we now actually have quite a few guys who can pass rush. And by necessity, I do mean, after a whole linebacker fiasco, with our safety rotation and some of the adjustments we had to make personnel-wise, again, it kind of ended up, I want to say, working out for us, right? We have a lot of those defensive backs. Just saying, we have a lot of those defensive backs kind of available now with those skills. Hopefully I said that and explained myself correctly. The point is that now we have a wider variety of guys who actually had the chance to do it up front and know what they're doing up front.
Yeah, I mean, but here's the thing too. You're saying up front, I want to make sure we
pass rushing.
Well, that's what I'm trying to say, because that's where we're bringing the safeties in. The safeties are coming up. We're gonna have the corners manned by DaRon Bland and Trayvon Diggs, but with the safeties coming up and kind of getting the inside pressure as well, that's going to be, I think, a major major usage by Zimmer, mixing things up with people. So, So that's kind of.
And by the way, I want to hit up these 2 comments real quick. DIGGS saying, when's Jerry going to sign CeeDee? Heard he's not showing up for training camp again. I know someone was out there trying to spread rumors saying that CeeDee's not going to show up or whatever. We're going to get to that in a second there, but as of now, there's no real new information there
listen,
that we didn't already know before.
Yeah. I don't know if we're done with. I guess we're done with the safeties and corners, but.
Oh no! I wanted to read another comment real quick by Seabass. I just wanted to. Rolando's comment was first.
Yeah, no, I just wanted to touch on Rolando's comment real quick, and that.
Of course.
When it comes to CeeDee Lamb and we discussed this the other day. The reports are that 32 million is his number, or he wants to be traded. There's no way. 32 is AJ Brown. Like, is that his name from the Eagles? The Cowboys are going to have to pay over 32, closer to 35, which is Justin Jefferson's number. So that report is almost like, I could have made that report too. If the Cowboys are going to lowball him and give him 31, then I want to, it's not a surprise he wants to be traded. So that's the closest we gotten to any kind of news about this, and that to me is not even accurate news. So the most accurate news is, we're still waiting for the Joneses to get off their ass. They wanted to let all the leaves fall. That's a quote from Jerry Jones. Mm-hmm. And that means watching...
And by that, they mean, at this point, I guess, signing him in the fall or some shit, wait for the leaves to fall.
Yeah, well, what he meant by that was, let's see Justin Jefferson's number, and then we'll pay him. We'll pay CeeDee Lamb that range. Still nothing in sight at all. So, not a good spot to be in. Yeah. And go hit up
as Seabass said, crazy. Gilmore hasn't signed with the Pats, Panthers, or the Cowboys. I literally figured by now one of those teams, he played well last year with his age, and his shoulder's got to be real concerning if he hasn't been signed yet. I think that it's more the fact that whatever price he's looking for is just not lining up with whatever it is that, teams are okay with signing him for. So I'm assuming the shoulder is a factor here, right? But from everything we've heard, it sounds like he's maybe overestimating his market value. The thing is that as more time goes on, at this point, it's like, what even is his market value? Because it sounds like it's about to be $0. Just saying. So maybe that was it. It got to the point where even what he was asking for, based on how long it took to even get here, teams realized, like, hey, we can get him for even cheaper than that at this point. So just throwing that out there. So yeah, that's what I'm saying. Yeah, it's the same thing. Like, I'm pretty sure the last thing we heard, he wanted something like $8 million. I could be misremembering. Maybe I am. But yeah, I have a feeling it has a little bit more to do with the price along with whatever's happening with the shoulder. Yeah. Teams are like, we can definitely get you cheaper. Yeah. Like I said.
He's asking price, according to some.
I could have swore it was $8 million. Am I misremembering
that
number?
It's not about $8 million. I think that was our guess. Our guess was like $8 million because he could. I think he was actually more than that is what he was asking for. But who knows? Who knows? And honestly, who cares at this point? The Cowboys have not even kicked the tires.
I know.
So it doesn't really matter because we're not going to go get him.
Shout out to you, Beer Run. No shout outs for you, real shit. Just kidding. Yeah, to everybody here. Thanks for chilling with us. Yes. Take a second to hit like, sub it up, hit the bell, all that good stuff. Back to you, baby.
There will be an after dark session tonight, even if it's a shorter one. To have some fun there. But first, let's talk about CeeDee Lamb. You guys brought him up a minute ago. I just want to say this about CeeDee Lamb. As far as being on the top, he's basically a top 5 targeted wide receiver in 2023, no matter how you slice it. But on top of that, CeeDee Lamb was also first in passer rating when targeted, first in reception percentage, first in drop percentage, meaning he didn't drop many passes, first in contested catch percentage, second in yards per catch, second in yards per run, I think. Believe it or not, he's our leading rusher as a receiver in our history. He was also second in yards after catch per reception. He was second in missed tackles forced. And he was also second in making first downs. And he's number 1 in the slot, but this is all over the field. He's also 1.1 targeted per. He was targeted 1.1 more times per game between the first and fifth best receivers in the league. So, I mean, CeeDee Lamb is the guy the Cowboys work their offense through in the air. And if we don't get him back in the mix, the Cowboys are fucking stupid. Now, as far as, that's the update. There's no update on this. The training camp's a couple weeks away. And right now, 3 weeks away? And right now, no CeeDee Lamb in sight at all yet. So the Cowboys will probably play the Zach Martin game like we did last year. And he'll sit out half of fucking training camp until the Joneses give him what he would have gotten anyways if he had done it now. I don't know why the Cowboys do this, but it is the clown show when it comes from the front office. CeeDee Lamb, he ain't clowning around. He's working on his explosiveness right now with Dr. Reef of Alchemy Sports. These drills that he's been running, and you see some of them I've posted, and it's going to be interesting, actually, these drills, because he's doing some drills, some cutting drills, also doing some weight drills, and this sparked a controversy. And you see it if you see in our title, Beasley versus CD. Yeah, old Cole Beasley, former Cowboy. But it was this video that I posted that people have seen here of some of it is basically change the direction stuff, which helps create separation and yak. Of course, we know CeeDee Lamb led the NFL in 2023 with 680 yak yards. But the important thing is here is in this video that was released with CeeDee Lamb working out, doing some kind of standing up on the box, with weight and kind of turning his body and torquing his body. All these things were when this was shown. Cole Beasley, former Cowboy receiver, now I don't think he's a receiver anywhere in the NFL, went to the Bills, remember, and then he criticized the Cowboys. Then didn't get the vaccine, and then there was a big proponent of anti-vaxxing, and eventually did not. Eventually he had to just deal with, more testing and all that stuff. The point is, in the end, he's not. He's obviously out of the league now. I don't think he's with a team, so let me know if anybody knows if Cole Beasley with anybody. But after seeing the video, he really kind of, I want to say criticized, but he kind of made gave his opinion on one of CeeDee Lamb's kind of workouts. And he just said, quote, man, just do some heavy squats and power cleans. So instead of doing basically the more fancier stuff that CeeDee Lamb was doing when it came to the working out with weights side of things. You can watch the video. You can give your opinion on that. But that's the video that Cole Beasley kind of criticized a little bit. So then people were writing out there, said, quote, or not quote, I'm paraphrasing. Basically, is Cole Beasley really trying to tell CeeDee Lamb how to train?
No.
When CeeDee Lamb is a much better receiver than Cole Beasley ever will be or ever was. Cole Beasley then responded with this by saying, quote, listen, give me 180 targets off the couch and I eclipse 1,000 yards. Stop looking at stats and check the tape. As far as getting open goes, I'm confident I did that with the best of them. That was Cole Beasley responding against haters out there, right? I was saying, come on, you really going to tell CeeDee Lamb how to do this? CeeDee Lamb was watching. After that comment about the 180 targets off the couch and getting over 1,000 yards, CeeDee Lamb said this to Cole Beasley, quote, I don't need 180 targets to touch a band.
No.
Pull up tape. I'd match you route for route on getting open. Just chill. And he at Bees11, which is at, Cole Beasley. So I know you live for this stuff, baby.
Yeah, I don't know about live for this stuff. Just saying that, I always keep my eyes extra open when stuff like this happens. But, yeah, I have to admit, this is one of those situations where I think Cole Beasley just can't keep his thoughts to himself in a way. As Modi said it, Beasley's notorious for throwing some Cowboy shade. I actually don't think he was throwing shade here necessarily, but the problem is that his previous past history makes it seem like he's throwing shade here, right? I think he just sounds like a slightly confused football player saying, hey, wouldn't it be better if you just did less reps doing this exercise? I'm just trying to say, just throwing that out there.
Yeah, they're doing it differently, I think, yeah.
That's what I'm saying. Wouldn't it make more sense to do it this way?
The 180 reps is more like, 180 targets. Imagine getting 180 targets. So what CeeDee Lamb is saying is, I don't need 180 targets to get 1,000 yards, bro. All right? All I need is, I don't need those targets. If I get those many targets, I get 2,500 yards.
Yeah.
It's a big difference in skill level here. And I think that's what you're hearing from CeeDee Lamb, in my opinion.
Yeah,
when he responded to that.
CeeDee Lamb is obviously just really not here for it because, like I said, his comment had left some room for interpretation as far as the intention behind it, the shadiness, if you will. And of course, like I said, since he's previously shit talked the Cowboys Nation so much, some people took it the wrong way, and obviously so did CeeDee.
Yeah,
that's all.
I'm going to say it this way. Beasley ended it by, not ended it, but, that was the only comment from CeeDee Lamb. Beasley responded after that, said, quote, because again, he's like, pull up tape, I'll match you route for route and getting open. Just chill. Beasley said, quote, I never said you did, meaning that he needed the 180 targets to get 1,000 yards. Beasley said, I never said you needed to get 180 targets to get 1,000 yards. It's just some perspective for the fans. It was more of a shot at all these trainers all over Instagram, but I do think CeeDee Lamb is a baller. CeeDee, it was never shots at you, bro. Just don't be sensitive, end quote. That was from Beasley to CeeDee Lamb. That's kind of how he ended it there. CeeDee Lamb didn't respond anymore to that. And listen, it was just more of a, I think he took it as a dig, like saying, listen, you give me 180 targets in any game and I'll get over 1,000 yards. CeeDee Lamb was like, Beasley was talking about himself, not about CeeDee Lamb's abilities, you know? So I think that's where the miscommunication happened. Either way, shit like this happens when there's social media crap going on. And so that's come and gone.
And also, when you are elbow deep in the offseason, then there's only weird workout videos to talk about.
And the fact that we're waiting for CeeDee Lamb to come back to the Cowboys. There's no deal done. CeeDee's probably not very happy right now. Kind of feeling, maybe he's feeling a little stressed, CeeDee Lamb, right?
Yeah.
So CeeDee Lamb might be like, listen, I ain't taking shit from this guy. This little midget that's going to be out there playing slot only, you know what I'm saying? And nothing compared to what CeeDee Lamb has done at the slot position.
Oh, and I agree, Tyrone Church. He said, to be fair, you know, we do care about this drama. And again, we care because it's clear that CeeDee Lamb ended up caring, right? I think that's the best way of putting it. I'm just saying, like, you know, had this just been some random comment by Cole Beasley on CeeDee Lamb, it would have taken us 30 seconds and then we move on. The fact that CeeDee Lamb responded is, I think, part of the reason why, obviously, you know, it does add more weight because those comments obviously got to him. That's what I'm saying. He took it a certain
the reason why we have to mention it is because if Beasley was saying this and there was no comment from anything, I mean, I probably would have just laughed it off if I even mentioned it at all. The fact that CeeDee Lamb had to respond to it shows that it just shows a little crack, I think, in CeeDee Lamb's situation where it comes to, hey, you know, he's sitting there trying to get his contract done, busting ass away from OTAs, away from mandatory minicamp.
Obviously feeling a little bit defensive.
Now knowing that we're getting into training camp, he might have to be losing $1 million. And you know, so this is not a little bit of money. Now we're talking about a bigger deal here. So maybe CeeDee Lamb's just getting a little frustrated. I don't know. Now, off the CeeDee Lamb thing to the last person to discuss before we say goodnight, and before we do the raffle, of course, for the jersey, it's Dak Prescott. Yes. A couple things to discuss about him. First off, if you didn't see the video I posted, it's about a minute. But Cam Newton, yes, the man who said Dak Prescott sucks, was defending Dak Prescott. And I will say it's not far from the truth of what he said there. You can argue about this list, but basically he got to see an outline of Dak stats and then a mystery quarterback stats, which we already know. We've done that. We've already seen that before here, which was Mahomes and how close Dak matches up with all of Mahomes' stats from last year. So that was like Cam Newton was surprised that was Dak Prescott, and then you know he went on the list of the highest paid quarterbacks right now, and he took most of the quarterbacks he took. Was Dak over whoever he was talking about. So right now, you know, the list, you know, it's not the top 10 best quarterbacks now we're talking about here. We're talking about the top 10 paid quarterbacks. And he said basically only out of the top 10, only one guy's won a Super Bowl. The top 10 highest paid quarterbacks. And again, basically he also said that, you know, based on regular season success in this list, Dak might be number one. Of the top paid quarterback. I mean, of the actual best quarterbacks. Highest paid quarterbacks, tied for number one is Trevor Lawrence and Joe Burrow. Jared Goff is number 3. Justin Herbert is number 4. Lamar Jackson is number 5. Jalen Hurts 6. Kyler Murray 7. Deshaun Watson 8. Kirk Cousins 9. Tied with Patrick Mahomes. That's 9 and 10 right there. So the only one that won a Super Bowl is Patrick Mahomes. Yeah. On that list. And, you know, Burrow was there for a Super Bowl, and I think Goff got there with the Rams, but Hurts got there. But the point here is that Patrick Mahomes is the only one that won a Super Bowl. He's getting $45 million a year right now, and for the top. So again, what Cam Newton was saying was in a surprised voice is that Dak is getting. He should get the damn fucking. You know, it's the quarterback market. That's why these guys. Something that we've been talking about here for how many years, baby? 5, 6, 7 years. We've been talking about this. We've been telling you guys this from the beginning, that this is about the quarterback market, not about how good a quarterback is or is not. And if you look at the quarterback market, you understand why some of these guys are getting paid. And these guys are not really worth it. Yes, Burrow got to the Super Bowl. Goff got to the Super Bowl. Hurts got to a Super Bowl. Mahomes won a Super Bowl. But the other 6 guys ain't come close. And Dak, not even on this list, as a top-paid quarterback. Just saying. Only 2 wins. But again, I think there's another comment that Cam Newton said, is that most of these guys don't even have a win. Or 1 win in the playoffs. Dak Prescott's got 2. I'm just saying, like, out of this group.
Yeah.
So that was a discussion there. It was just interesting to hear, Cam Newton kind of retract his hate of Dak Prescott. But I thought that was an interesting little comment there to see. And also, when you look at Dak and his numbers, listen to this. Last year, including the playoffs, most games with 3 or more passing touchdowns. Brock Purdy had 5 games of 3 or more passing touchdowns. He had 5 games like that. Jordan Love had 6 games like that. One of them was against us in the playoffs. Dak Prescott had 7 3 or more passing touchdown games last year. That's the top 3 in the NFL, and Dak was number 1. Now, and by the way, Jordan Love and Brock Purdy got extra games as well. They try to get those 3 touchdowns, and they were not able to do that. It includes the playoffs, too, is what I'm trying to say. Now, also, I want to add in there in 2023, during the regular season, with a minimum of 200 throws, all right, when it comes to pass attempts, what's the percentage of third down incompletions due to receiver error? All right, so now we're talking about on third down, what is the incompletion rate based on the receiver making a mistake? And the guy who was hurt the most by this was Joe Burrow. 28% of the time on a third down, the receiver either ran the wrong route, dropped the ball. Kyler Murray with 27%, Matthew Stafford at 26% with Justin Herbert, and then C.J. Stroud at 23% with Dak Prescott at 22%, right there, right above Will Levis at 21, and then 3 guys at 18, Trevor Lawrence, Aiden O'Connell, and Joshua Dobbs. But I'm trying to say is Dak is one of the most utilized quarterbacks in this group, played probably last year more snaps than most of these guys.
Yeah, it's kind of funny because some of the names you mentioned, I'm like, man, didn't they get beat up or hurt?
Yeah, exactly. Dak was in there and again, 22% of the time, it was a receiver error, drop pass, bad route, miscommunication by the receiver, that Dak had an incompletion on third down. The money plays.
Yeah.
And this again, Dak is one of the most efficient third down quarterbacks in the NFL. This is not just me making it up. That is a fact. And this makes his third down efficiency look even better. And he's already the best in the NFL on third downs when it comes to efficiency. Now when you look at the fact that almost a quarter of his passes are receiver error that are incomplete on third down, his third down efficiency is through the roof when you look at Dak and his ability to get make first downs on third down. Just a little so we can see like the receivers that have made the least mistakes for their quarterbacks. Kenny Pickett from Jalen Hurts, Mac Jones, Zach Wilson, Russell Wilson. I'm just saying these are the ones that drop the ball the least for their quarterbacks. Yet guys like Russell Wilson and Jalen Hurts didn't do that great last year. So just throwing that out there when it comes to Dak Prescott. But then we have to again any comments on the stats on Dak?
Before I hit that up real quick, Kenneth Casey, have a great night. Thanks for rocking with us, and of course, for sharing your opinions. Again, we don't always all have to agree, but we respect your right to say what you believe about your Dallas Cowboys. So, but little Dallas Cowboys. Yes, of course. You know what I mean? But little Dallas Cowboys said, "Do these quarterbacks have 8 years?" Cam's backpedaling. Someone got in his face. Probably some Jerry Jones goons.
Nah. No, I
think it's different when you're faced with some of the reality of the stats. I mean, that is part of it. Dak is not as bad as people have maligned him to be. He's not as good as some people would like for him to be. But you can't say that he isn't an above-average quarterback, at least currently at this point in his career.
I'll take it higher than that. In my opinion, Dak, even when it's at its worst, he's still like a top 7, 8, 9, 10, a top 10 quarterback. Easy. When he's at his best, when he's got the right scheme and he's got the right players around him, he's a top 5 quarterback, in my opinion. But, we can have the discussion another day. I want to talk about Dak is our. I don't care about Trey Lance. Everyone can dream about Trey Lance. Trey Lance still not beating out Cooper Rush yet. We could talk about some of you guys love Cooper Rush. You guys are insane. Neither guy is better. Neither guy is better than Dak Prescott, and that's a fact. Right in the books, that's a fact. Now, Dak is our quarterback for 2024. I don't know what it's going to look like in 2025. We might not have Dak as the quarterback in 2025, and that's whatever the Cowboys do. It's probably going to be a clown show situation. They'll probably fuck things up. But in the end, you don't fall in love with the player. You fall in love with that star over everything. But here's my point. For those that hate Dak Prescott, I know some of them are in the chat right now. I don't give a fuck if you hate him. He's wearing that star, and he is guaranteed to be our starting quarterback in 2024. Get behind your goddamn quarterback. I'm not saying you got to say he's the best. I'm just saying you want him to do the best possible because that's going to give our team a chance to win. Stop rooting for the downfall of a player on our team over the success of the team or the success of the player that is on our team. That's like a self-hate. That's like an Eagle fan. You don't do that. If you're an Eagle fan, if you're an Eagle fan, you want the Cowboys to have Dak Prescott have a horrible year. That makes no sense. Dak had his second best quarterback in the NFL last year, second in MVP last year, MVP type year. Did we win the Super Bowl? Did we win the game against the Packers? Of course not. Who gives a shit? The point is, I care, but it's not just on Dak. It's the entire defense, coaches, the team. Dak's part of the mistakes that were made in the game last year to lose to the Packers. So, look, I'm not going to get into this. We know how we all stand on this. It's a silly and stupid discussion because it's kind of like no one's ever going to budge on their view on this. But we say that we don't know what's going to happen in 2025. But in 2024, that man in the middle of your screen is our quarterback. So respect that, and hopefully he has a great season. But then you have to ask what's going on with Dak's foot.
Yeah, and Fuego, take it easy. Have a great
Much
night.
love
I hope you make
Fuego.
it safely back into the good old US of A.
Yes, get back home. Now, here's the thing. Check it out. 2 pictures, 2 different scenarios. On the left, you're seeing Dak on a pier, it looks like, on a dock, with a walking boot there on his right ankle, his right foot. Then you're seeing him a couple days later on his right ankle, his right foot, same leg, no boot. So what's the deal here? All right, so let's go back for a second. This was over. This was on July 4th, July 5th, July 6th. I think the 3rd to the 5th we have these pictures, right? So when you look at this, on the 2nd of July, some people were speaking out there saying that Dak may not be 100%. And then there were rumors on the 2nd, that he had an MRI. Then on the 3rd, or I guess it came out on the 4th, everybody saw, but on the 3rd, there was pictures out there that basically saw someone that, again, it was Dak Prescott there on a pier, walking on a pier, in a walking boot, as you can see there on the left side of your screen. Yeah. Now, all this, well, we know it was confirmed that was Dak right there on the left with his girl, but I'm just saying, there was rumors that he had an MRI a couple days before this picture on the left was taken. Now all of a sudden you see him with a walking boot on. It's obviously concerning. He was wearing flat. The thing that's also, remember this, keep this in mind. For mandatory minicamp, Dak was wearing flat bottom shoes. And nobody really thought about it much then.
True.
But Dak has been known to exchange the cleats for those, for shoes when he's having some foot or ankle discomfort.
Okay.
So in the past, when he's had foot or ankle discomfort in practices, he'll
wear the cleats.
He'll wear cleats. He wears flat bottom shoes. That's what he was doing here in minicamp, in mandatory minicamp, literally before they broke, 3 weeks ago. So from the mandatory minicamp. So this matches up with the MRI. Obviously, he's having some kind of something going on with that right foot, that right ankle. And then Dak said, I got to respond to this. He said this. So in a text to the Star Telegram, Dak Prescott said, quote, "I'm great." Now, why was he wearing the boot, he was asked? He said it was for precautionary reasons because, quote, "the last time I went deep sea fishing, my ankle swole up." And then he said, quote, "it's, quote, the same ankle with the same issues." Basically, he said he's been dealing with this since his fracture back in 2020, fracturing that ankle. Horrible fracture we all saw. He said, of course, that he missed the last 11 games of the season from that fracture. But, people were asking, again, Dak responded to, what do you think about people on this ankle speculation that something's worse? Or something. He said, quote, "people be reaching." Man. So, again, he knows that people are reaching to find something. It sounds like it's a thing that he's done all the time. He'll go to when he has a little bit of soreness. He'll go to the regular shoes rather than cleats.
Yeah.
In practice, we saw that in mandatory minicamp. Maybe an MRI to see if there was any damage. Has a walking boot when he goes deep sea fishing because it swells up. So it's all. And then you see him here, literally, guys. The next day, a couple days later, said he said, "quote just some boot boys in Mexico." I'm pretty sure that's him, and that's Dak Prescott there next to him walking. But that's Dak Prescott kind of giving the I would say Longhorns thing there. But anyway, he's kind of saying hi to the camera, showing that he has no boot on there, and Dak has been doing maintenance on his ankle since he fractured it in 2020. So the rest of his life, you're going to probably occasionally see him in a walking boot. Not that means he can't walk or he can't play football. It just means a little irritation, So he's going to be doing maintenance on that ankle since he fractured it in 2020.
Yeah, it sounds like a lot of this is also, maintenance, so to
speak,
exactly,
right? Yeah. According to a trainer, Cowboys trainer, who said this also after Dak's comments, said that this is normal maintenance.
Okay.
Dak said it. It's normal maintenance. So, listen, the way that this ends to me is Dak said he is fine. A Cowboys trainer also doubled down and said he is fine. They all said the boot is a precautionary piece due to ankle soreness. That's it. Ankle soreness after, and I'm not saying it's not going to affect him at times. He might have to take it easier during the week of practice. But it sounds like this is something he's been dealing with for 4 years. This ain't nothing new, and it's not. And again, he had an MVP type season last year. It ain't. I think we're okay with Dak Prescott, and I think the boot is just a.
Yeah, it's funny. Pretty much
boot gate. I think is what it feels like, right?
Since he's gotten that unfortunate ankle injury and surgery and stuff, what's funny? He's missed more games for other health related reasons. Than his ankle. Like, I'm more worried about if something happens to a thumb again, right? Because I'm just saying, like, that actually happened in the middle of the season.
The first game of the season.
Yeah.
And the point is that to me, it's any kind of tears. That's the worst. But outside of
what I'm trying to say is that his ankle hasn't been an issue because it sounds like he is doing the things that he needs to do to take care of it. So continue to do that, Dak. Like you said, we'll probably occasionally manage it, especially during some of the heavier points in our season.
Yeah, he probably skip a couple days of practice or be limited.
Exactly. Also consider during that stretch of 12 games and stuff like that.
Oh, you mean in 3 games in 12 days, not 12 games. Yeah.
Oh my gosh, you know what I meant to say. Thank you, baby. But yes, that stretch of 3 games in 12 days, probably like you said, expect Dak to, take it a little easier somewhere in between that. So I think just general maintenance stuff. I mean, honestly, I think Tyron Smith has prepared us pretty well for maintaining the health of a player.
Instead of Das Boot, it's Dak's Boot. Nah. Anyways, I think we kind of went through that. Any quick comments on that from the chat, baby? I'll put the picture back up. But
Stephen White said we have to buy that ankle.
I mean, he comes with the you pay for Dak's expertise, you get the ankle with him.
Yeah, what are we doing right now? Like a rent to own situation?
Feels like it.
Oh, Steve Vass said number 4 is my QB. I'm not worried.
Yeah, exactly.
So
we're all right. This ankle thing is not a thing at all.
Yeah, Stephen White throwing it out there too. He's doing the right things.
Yep. Maintaining it, taking care of it. He's going on vacation too, guys. This is the last vacation to have chance to do anything because now it's training camp in 2.5 weeks. Let's go. I'm ready. We got 5, but I'm ready for that 6 and beyond. And everybody in the house, appreciate you all. It is time to do that raffle for the starring over everything and weekly winner.
That's right.
So let's do that and see who wins it. But baby, do you want to give the shout out to the people that are repping the board right now, along with different ways, I guess, of who's in the house and comments and different ways of dropping the love? Because we have the sponsor of the week all the way from Australia, and he does rep that star for everything. He's also the Cash App King. It is the man Lincoln Kane.
Shout out to you, Mr. LC.
Time. Yes.
I appreciate you for all the representations.
Yes, on here on the After Dark. I mean, his membership just went through, so star level repping it. Much love to Lincoln Kane. He might win the jersey. I think he won it recently. And Godless Manitoban, also in the house with 26 points, hanging on with 26 points on the Stream Boss. And then you got Mr. Jet Li 44, 8 out of 9 weeks. He's been the gifting champion, although not on the gifting board right now. It's Brandon J. And it's Skeptical Fan in a tie for first place, 1 apiece, 1-1 for both those guys, tied for first for the gifting lead. We'll see who takes that over. Again, we're going to be doing a 2-week stream, so we only had two streams this week. So we'll give you another 2 or 3. By next Sunday, we'll have another champion crowned here, another weekly winner. Right now, Lincoln Kane may be getting a bonus raffle entry for July.
Yeah.
If he holds it down. So much love again to the gifting side of things. We got a neck and neck race there. And when it comes to the Cash App and the overall board, like I said, Lincoln Kane, you see him above there. Lincoln Kane leading Dead Fool, Multi Super Kalo, and many others for first place once again. Lincoln Kane, the leader in the Cash App, trying to go back to back like our 90s Cowboys, and also the sponsor of the week leader, trying to go back to back like our 90s Cowboys. Lincoln Kane, big time repping him right now, right there. And hey, after repping him like this, he might be the winner for tonight. We'll see what happens.
Right.
I don't know. We'll see. Usually we talk about something a lot. They come up and again. So we'll see what happens. But as now I pass this over to you for some comments in the chat.
As you finish setting things up, I'll do the final shout-outs and things here.
Yeah, let's do the final shout-outs. And,
first of all, shout out to
comments.
you, Drums and Cowboys. He said, I'll never forget the game where Dak got that foot injury. I criticized Dak, but I felt like Terrell Owens in his famous "That's my quarterback" interview. That was, I think, is a.
We have it live on our screen, so check it out if you have not seen it yet. We have that whole game reaction, and in the moment it happened, you can see my reaction. I saw it. You guys did not see it.
I remember I'm pretty sure I kind of not denied it, but I was like, no, like it's not that bad. It can't be that bad. But you were just immediately like, oh, fuck no.
Yeah, it was not a good feeling for sure.
So the good thing is that we are thankfully long past that. And, after that horrible, weird string of ACL injuries last year, like we are, like the light at the end of that tunnel is here. Thank goodness. Yeah. So, and knock on wood, everyone stays healthy, right? Revelation journalist, take it easy, said precautionary reasons to wear the boot. Hey, CeeDee, get to camp and you wear a walking boot for precautionary reasons. So, again,
everybody wears
different situations, but, CeeDee Lamb's doing his own kind of flexing.
Yeah.
So, let me see. Rolando Rodriguez, take it easy. Have a great night. He said, is Jerry going to give $60 million to a guy with a bum ankle? Well, hopefully not.
I don't know.
Let's leave it at that.
Well, I mean, hopefully he doesn't have a bum ankle.
Yeah,
but
hopefully
Jerry
he
Jones
also doesn't give him $60 million. Just throwing that out there.
Well, right now, that's where they're heading.
Ouch. Anyway, Stephen White, take it easy. Yeah, we definitely have to buy the full ankle package. Can't cheap out on that one. Let me see. Little Dallas Cowboy, take it easy. And hey, no, like we said, thanks for hanging with us here.
We'll hear your opinion, of course.
So, let me see. Juan Carlos, shout out to you as well. Asmodeus said cap. All cap. Fuego, have a great night. Let me see. Kenneth Casey, take it easy. We have Godless Manitoban representing in the house. And FZ, thanks for rocking through here.
NFZ chilling with us here.
Tyrone Church, much love. He said, by the way, Tony Pollard's going to comment that he's better than Zeke next on social media. All right, we have Beer Run, Little Dallas Cowboy. Let me see. Even you, Side Herald. Let me see. I actually can't go too far back here in the rest of the shout-outs. Oh, After Dark. I wonder who that is.
MCF After Dark. You know what to do, guys. Come on over.
I think I'm ready if you're ready.
Yeah, come on over if you want to see a late-night chill stream. Hey, Godless, I might have some interesting new shots for the family to hit me with. We'll see. I've never tried this yet, so we'll see what happens. You gotta be on the After Dark though to experience that side of things, that fun. So, anyways, we're gonna get this rolling because guys, there is a raffle to be done here, and you see some of the fantastic family members that are part of this thing. Let me show you what I'm talking about here, and we have let me do this. There we go. Man, I really wish my computer... Right now, my computer is running real slow, guys, so I do apologize for that. But here it is. You can see everybody that's going to be involved in this raffle. You got McLovin, who was one of our weekly winners, and Lincoln Kane, who was our other weekly winner. We only had 2 winners this month, as far as the weekly winners are concerned. Yeah. And then Lincoln Kane, of course... Seabass, of course, who's a over everything level member here. He does get 2 that bonus entry there. You got Lincoln Kane as a star level member. You got Jet Lee 44 star level member, The Lunatic star level, Skeptical Fan star level, and Dwayne Broussard also star level. So let me see here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 in the star with Lincoln Kane getting that bonus entry. Of course, you got the over everything entry there at Seabass, and of course another winner entry there from Mr. McLovin. So again, in case you guys don't know what we're doing here, baby, why don't you explain? It is a monthly thing, and this is for the month of June that we're doing the Star and Over Everything raffle.
And again, guys, as you know, once a month, everyone who is either a Star or Over Everything or one of the weekly winners here on the MCF side of things does get entered to win an authentic, like, stitched-in jersey. You've seen us rep our very own, whether it's old school, new school, all the schools. Can't wait to see who the lucky winner is going to be. But yeah, as long as it's available, we got you. So, and all sorts of sizes for men, women, children. Only thing we don't have is dogs. Sorry. Trust me, I'm sad about that one too.
Well, I think it's time to get it on. What do you guys think? You ready?
That's what she said.
Let's do it. So it is time to submit. Drum roll, please, for the big winner. And it is. Will it show me? It's not showing me.
You can't roll down more?
Boom.
There we go.
It's the man McLovin with the bonus raffle entry.
Woo.
It pays to be the winner. Our sponsor of the week there. McLovin held it down for 3 weeks straight. Lincoln Kane for another week. And those the bonus entries win again here. So big shout outs to McLovin. Big shout outs to the Star level and Over Everything level membership. Thank you guys. And you know, I know he's a Dolphin fan. We'll see what jersey he's in again. But we know here it's always about that Star of everything. No matter what, it's about that Star of everything. And it's Go Cowboys. So congrats to the man McLovin. I'll be shouting him out on the After Dark session to make sure he lets us know what he wants to do. Yeah. So if you see McLovin, tell him big congrats.
Again, yes, on that note, again, shout out to you, McLovin. Thank you to everybody here representing. And can't wait because guess what? The next one's going to happen while training camp is here. I know we keep saying it, but we finally freaking did it.
It'll be for the month of July. We'll be having the raffle, so, but it's going to be basically the beginning of August, which means we're already in the beginning of getting hit.
Yeah, it feels like training camp is actually, for real, about to be here. So that's it. The football drought will officially end. I can't wait because, let's be real. We all need our football fix, and we've been feeding for it for quite a few months. Let's see what our Cowboys have cooked up this offseason. Sorry, I had to stick with the theme there.
Cooked up.
Breaking Bad.
Hey, we'll see what happens, guys. Again, hope you guys had a great 4th of July, great week. We'll be, of course, continuing this week, tomorrow or Tuesday, whatever the news. We got all the news caught up in an hour and 15 minutes. I mean, with some BSing too, and some shouting out and all that stuff. So an hour and 15, hour and a half, guys. So tomorrow, unless the Cowboys sign CeeDee Lamb or something major happens, we'll probably take it off till Tuesday. We'll see how the news stacks up on Tuesday, and then we'll go from there. So expect about 3 more streams this upcoming next week, and we're going to crown some champions. We'll see who's going to take over that the gifting membership board. We're going to see if Lincoln Kane holds it down for 1 more week as the Cash App leader, king, and also the sponsor of the week. Not just the sponsor of the week, but the leader as well. We'll see what happens. Appreciate you all. Those that dropped the love tonight here. Like LC, who's part of the Star Level crew. I'm sorry, Godless. JD from DC, who's part of the Navy Blue crew. Skeptical fan, gifting a membership and dropping a little love. Same thing with Brandon J, dropping a little love and gifting a membership. And Jet Li 44 as well, dropping some love. So thank you guys on all those fronts. Godless still taking over 26 points on the Stream Boss. And big shout out to everybody who was part of the. It's a skeptical fan. It should be fan. Thank you guys to everybody who's been.
The fam can be skeptical too.
That's true. Thank you all for being here with us on this one. We'll see you on the After Dark if you guys are still up for the After Dark session right around the corner. And on that note, baby, we did the shout outs already. So why don't you let everybody know why we do this each and every night right here, My Cowboys Family.
It's that navy blue, that silver too, and that star over everything.
Win, lose, or draw, good, bad, or ugly, here on MCF, we always rep that star over everything. And here on this channel, yes, officially over 7 years, we officially are in our 8th year, our Aikman 8th year, right here on YouTube, here on My Cowboys Family. Never forget the number one thing here, now, and forever. As always, Go Cowboys! As you can see on my shirt, we got 5. We need to get that 6 and beyond.
Yeah.
Thank you guys for dropping your knowledge in the chat all night long. We'll be, again, hearing from you guys, I'm sure, on the After Dark and beyond right? And the next stream coming up. And again, a big shout out to those who dropped the love from above on all the different levels and all the different ways, whether it's membership, jumping in there, gifting it, super chats, or the Cash App side. Thank you guys for the love and support on this channel and the After Dark channel as well. Now that we got it wrapped up and we clocking out and dropping out of this channel's stream for the night, before we can relock and reload and continue this week forward starting tomorrow, baby, why don't you let everybody know what we got to do before we drop out of here for the night?
We got to drop the beat.
Oh, yeah. That beat's been dropped, and it's a wrap right here on My Cowboys Family. Thank you all for chilling with us on this. You can be anywhere. You're on this channel listening to some Cowboy football, whether live or on the replay. Thank you guys for giving us a little bit of your time talking about our Dallas Cowboys. And again, we haven't been live for about 4 days. Well, we gave you the wrap-up of the last 4 days of Dallas Cowboys news, info, and updates right here on another MCF Cowboys chat, baby, in the books. Big congrats to McLovin, who's the big Muck winner here on the monthly jersey raffle. And again, we talked about the walking boot, Dak. We talked about Trayvon Diggs and Micah Parsons ready to roll in 2024. Yes, a little July 4th flavor in there as well. And Jerry Jones and his his rumors out there about selling the team. We talked about that and so much more. We appreciate all you guys rolling with us here on MCF for another one where it's always about that navy blue, that silver too, and that star for everything. Yes. And we can't do this here. And the number one thing, don't forget, here on My Cowboys Family, you guys in the house, thank you guys for dropping in, watching, and hitting that like button, hitting that subscribe button, hitting that notification bell button. Make sure you got it set up for all live streams so you know we're going live. You can also check it on Discord, jumping in there. You can also follow us on Twitter, X, at My Cowboys Family to get that information. Again, if you're watching us on the replay, hey, do all those things and also comment down below. Thank you all, guys. Stay safe. We'll see you back here soon. And never, ever forget, Go Cowboys!
Monk on the beat.